Who is plundering South Sudan Forestry reserves? Hello, welcome to SSGTV South Sudan Global. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe as we will continue to bring you informative videos. In today's analysis, we are going to dissect the forces behind plundering of South Sudan Forestry reserves, particularly teak. Teak, a high-value hardwood, has been coveted by global markets for years for its durability and beauty. International demand is driving depletion of teak reserves and has forced countries to implement logging and export bans in recent years. Of course, other indigenous tree species, e.g. tamarind, absilia, mahogany, shea, bamboo, and marula, among others, have been exploited for various uses such as circle fencing, etc. According to Alex de Waal, 2021, countries that go through political markets whereby the quest for gaining or maintaining power by elites subordinates the need for managing natural resources efficiently or adhering to rules and regulations. Political markets are characterized by transactional politics, the day-to-day use of coercion, violence, or material incentives among members of the elites. Such transactional systems are monetized and coercive, often overtly violent. They also cross national boundaries. Political systems, with South Sudan being no exception, are known as political marketplaces. Given the instability in South Sudan, local and foreign actors have been able to deplete South Sudan forestry reserves without batting an eye. Major hit areas are Greater Equatoria and Western Bahr el Ghazal. However, this is not to say that the rest of the country is not suffering. The cold hard truth is South Sudan forestry reserves are under attack, and we must do everything possible to stop it and drum up large-scale afforestation nationwide. But before that, we have analyzed forces that are plundering South Sudan forestry reserves. Number one, rebel groups and security forces. According to the UN report 2018, rebel military leaders and government military leaders engaged in illegal logging and charcoal burning in Equatoria. The report divulged critical details of rebel military leaders. One such was Major General Moses Lokujo of SPLA-IO Division 2B, levying taxes on harvested teak and mahogany in Liwolo, Kariwa, Kendire, Kala, Ajio, Lora Mangolotore, Bori, Lowili, and Katirio Payams in Kajokeji. African Censored released a video that exposed the extent of illegal logging by rebel groups, e.g. SPLA-IO, NAS, and many others in Equatoria. The gleaned information from the revealers in the documentary was that the rebels were selling teak to the world market, a specific destination, India, for hard currency, which they then used to purchase weapons. Additionally, available information in the public domain paints a picture of rebel groups reducing limited forestry reserves into charcoal, which they export to Uganda illegally. Even though the SPLA-IO rejoined the revitalized government of national unity in 2021, its remaining remnants and other rebel groups such as NAS are still wreaking havoc on limited South Sudan forestry reserves in the Greater Equatoria. Number two, citizens. There is this habit of South Sudanese in towns cutting trees to make fences, which this is another major factor contributing to our disappearing forests and vegetation in South Sudan. With inadequate rainfall due to climate change and human activities like logging and cutting of trees, desertification is spreading fast, not only in Africa but also the whole world. It is high time we educate our citizens to find alternative means of constructing fences, e.g. bricks or concrete. The local and state governments should enact laws that prohibit entirely the conversion of trees into fences. If this is done, our forests and vegetation will spring back to life. Number three, neighboring countries. Neighboring countries in East Africa also have a share of blame. For instance, charcoal export from South Sudan to Uganda and Kenya is at an all-time high. The illegal logging of unique tree species such as teak, absilia, and others is helped by middlemen in these countries who actually use their trucks or lorries for shipment from South Sudan. They do this in South Sudan, but not in their countries, since their governments have banned them. It is highly recommendable the East Africans should join us In shining a light on this devastating practice, charcoal trading should be regulated across the EAC bloc. Number 4. Asian businessmen. India, the United Arab Emirates, UAE businessmen in construction and financial industries are wittingly or unwittingly destroying our forest reserve. A table or share made of teak can fetch you $1,000 in the world market. Drywood made of teak, mahogany are resistant to termites and ants. This makes teak and mahogany lucrative not only in the UAE and India but also across the world. Most of the teak is shipped to UAE and India through Kenya and Uganda. Just look up African Census Exports 2018 and you will weep severely. We call on fellow East Africans to join us in fighting against deforestation in South Sudan and across Africa. What do you think? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to SSGTV South Sudan Global.